So, as usual, excuse the jammies. It's early. I don't have to go anywhere yet. I've just been playing out in the garden, so the crocs are as close to dressed as I get. Now, please take this disclaimer very seriously because this is possibly the weirdest video I've ever done, to go along with possibly the weirdest gift I've ever received. So many of you know I haven't really been staying at mine for a while, but in February, I think, I don't have one of those snazzy Ring doorbells where it videos things and puts it up to the cloud. I just have one that notifies me when there's motion, and then providing I log in, I can see through the camera, I can talk to people. But if I miss a notification, that's it. All I know is that something moved. So it could have been a butterfly, could have been anything. But I got a notification and I had a look, couldn't see anything there. I was a little late. And then my neighbor called me because they've been keeping an eye on my place while I haven't been here. And she said there is a very prettily wrapped box being left on my doorstep and it's raining. So I rushed home to come see, without sounding I'm pretty used to neighbours and things leaving stuff on the doorstep, you know, be it fruit and veg and, you know, one of my neighbours worked at a school and they'd have excess fruit and veg and stuff at the end of the day, cleaning the school, not as a teacher. Not that that's any less anything, but yeah, it would have just gone in the bin. So I come home and I find a very prettily wrapped with flower paper and a note that simply said, "I hope this helps with your detox." Nothing else. No "Hi Carly," no "from," no more information. So obviously I opened the box. And in it was a medi grade premium irrigation kit. And in its box it sat for, yeah, 2 months. I did send around little messages to people, without saying, "Oh, by the way, did you leave a home colonic kit on my doorstep?" Just asked if they dropped anything off. To begin with, I was curious as to who was trying to tell me I'm full of shit. But now I am more curious because, albeit the weirdest, unusual thing that I've ever just been randomly gifted, I'm a fan. As always, I watched loads of YouTube videos and tried to find information on it, reviews, that kind of thing, and they were actually more limited than I'd expect. There was lots of explanations and obviously not much of the showing, but as a normal person, that's reaching, I've never had this done before. I am trying to detox and get everything sorted while I can. Currently I actually have the time to just put into me and I've got so many different allergies and things now, and COPD and asthma, and I've had IBS symptoms and food irritation symptoms, food sensitivity symptoms in the past, and have suffered with my stomach. And as I'm back here on my own on Sundays, I've been cooking batch meals and portioning them out so I can just chuck something in and I know I'm definitely going to eat. However, I made a pea and ham soup, my favorite. And let's just say I didn't get it portioned and frozen in time, I reckon. Because it had onions in or whatever. Anyways, I wasn't feeling my best for a couple of days. And then I was going through the stuff that, sorting through stuff. And I came across it, so I thought, you know what? Why not? So in the box came instructions. Now I will say, it does say set aside half an hour. If it's your first time, no, I'd say I wouldn't be going anywhere for a couple of hours. It does say, prep your fluid of choice beforehand, so saline water, or I believe you can use coffee. I haven't looked more into that, but I will do. I'm actually thinking of getting one of those organic coffee packages that are advertised all over YouTube at the moment, premium organic coffee. So yeah, set aside half an hour, now closer to an hour, 2 possibly. You see, I'm not talking to you after just having done it, because even for me that was a bit creepy. But I did sleep on it, not on it. Having done it, I slept on the thought of whether or not to do this video, and yeah, I woke up and decided that the information that I could find on it wasn't sufficient, which is why it sat in the box for 2 months, because I didn't quite feel confident enough in the entire thing. But after inadvertently giving myself food poisoning, or at least a dicky belly, I had a good think on it. So, being the weirdo I am, I actually washed everything when it came, even though it is sterile. But it comes with a handy hook, a hot water bottle, see-through one. It did come with the normal sealer the hot water bottle comes with, but you take that out, you fill this with your liquid of choice. Now you do want it around room temperature or body temperature. I did boil the water first, mix in the saline salt that I have, and let it cool down. Now I did want the water boiled, as I'm still not entirely sure on my water quality here, even after like 11 years. So even when I'm doing my plants, I boil the water and let it sit and cool down. So yes. So let it cool, and then attach your tubey thing. And see, this is all extremely clean. This is one of the replacement tubes. It also comes with, where's the bag? Oh, a funky carry bag, both shoulders, because you're actually going to carry this out with you. No, you're not. It comes with replacement nozzles. This is one of the replacement nozzles. It did come with 3. Not entirely sure what the other bits are. Not entirely sure. I want to find out just yet. Anyways, so it's got a long tube on it, because you're supposed to hang this above height level for gravity, and then you have the upper bit, which you do want to lube. Just saying, you do want to lube, especially because the first time you will be nervous, you will pucker, you will feel like you're trying to swallow the thing. And then it has a tap, a release valve, which is that way up. And it's as basically simple as it sounds. There was no rules on like fasting or anything beforehand. I would suggest, if you're a morning goer, as many of us are, once we get up in the morning and everything shifts around, you go the loose. So I'd get that out the way first. And then it is literally as simple as, once your fluid is the correct temperature, hanging that up somewhere high, you release the valve to make sure that there's no air bubbles in here, because you don't really want to be pumping air up there. And then what that will do is push the fluid all the way down to the end, which pushes the air bubble out, very much like a syringe when you push it, so there's no air bubbles, because you don't really want to be putting an air bubble into a vein. Kind of the same thing. So yeah, push it down, lube it up, lie down flat on your back, and then flip the switch. And trust me, you will feel it. I'd start off slowly at first, so just half open it. First time, I will say, you're not going to be able to do the whole lot the first time. I mean, I think if it's like 2 liters in there, I don't suggest that. But you will probably feel like you need to go to the toilet straight away. Do not fight it, because the more you do it, the more the more you'll be able to take in, and the longer you'll be able to hold it. Do say you want to take at least a couple of pints and try hold it in for about 5 minutes. Like I said, don't expect your first time to go like that. You know how first times are. They never go how you expect. So yeah, the first time I would put aside a couple of hours, because it'll probably take you 45 minutes of trying it, maybe twice, 3 times, before you actually feel like you've done it properly. And then holding it as long as you can. They say 5 minutes, and then it will come out. But it won't all come out at once. You'll think you're fine, get up, walk, take 3 steps, so that your stomach will start again, and back on the toilet. So I'd say just, stay bathroom adjacent for that entire period, or at least very close to one. Also, it says to massage once it's all up in there. So like, give your colon a little massage to help it move around. You will be able to feel it moving around. Just saying, it feels weird, but then it will come out. And you'll be able to feel it coming out. Like, it will, not only will it gush, but at points you will feel larger things come out. But yeah, that's the first time. According to the instructions, it is a case of a conditioning process. So first time you'll only be able to take so much, and then next time and next time and next time, and you'll be able to do it for longer each time. Then be the rules. I won't say what else that sounds like. But yeah, and that was the process. And I will say that I will put that down. Woke up feeling way better today. Didn't have any weird stomach cramps or anything. Excuse me. So, I felt more refreshed. I didn't wake up tired. Um, I will say I only used saline water, so that wasn't because I'd basically mainlined caffeine up there. Um, but yeah, so far as the coffee version, I am going to source the premium organic coffee first, because I do believe that a lot of coffees are highly sprayed with chemicals. This one is not. I will see if I can find the ad on YouTube to link to that. But it is most definitely the weirdest random gift I've ever received. But I would really, really like to know who did it. Because I do feel better, and that won't be the last time that I do it. And I mean, I wouldn't like do it daily, but a more frequent use, so maybe every 2 weeks at the beginning. I do know people who've had the coffee enema or coffee colonic irrigation, and they were talking about like bits of chewing gum up there, and they hadn't eaten chewing gum in like 15 years, and that all came out. I mean, I'm not sure how they know. I don't know how it happens when you go to the clinics. Like, are they sifting through it and showing you what comes out? I imagine they are, but I ain't gonna find out what landed in my loo. I just know that there were points where it didn't just feel like water coming out, or fluid coming out rather. So yeah, the medi grade premium irrigation kit, you know, does what it says. And I'm, as weird as this is, I am here for it. And obviously I've only used it once, so I'm not advising anybody to do it. And speak to your doctor first. Don't just do it because you heard me say it. But if you've done all of those, you've ticked all of those boxes, and it is something you want to try, this version is pretty good. I haven't tried any others, so I can't compare. I did manage to find it on Amazon when I Googled it. So well, I know you can get it from Amazon. I think it was under 40. I don't know. Uh, it was back in February when I first got it, when I was Googling it, trying to find out more, that it came up on Amazon, and I saw the price. But yeah, easy to use, easy to clean, does what it says it's gonna do, and I definitely do feel better for it. So I feel lighter. I don't know. I think it's worth it. But again, please don't forget to speak to your medical professionals first and make sure that it is safe for you. I didn't see any warnings in the instructions as to don't use it if you're pregnant, or no, these instructions are guidelines only. We accept no responsibility for the self-administration of enemas. Nope. Oh, a disclaimer, this is not a medical device and only use it for its intended purposes, and those over 12 years old. So yeah, And it does say that if you don't have gravity working, so you don't have it like as high as you can get it, which you could just hook it on anything. Just anything that's close to your butt, because you will need to be able to reach the tap to turn it on and off. But yeah, my personal experience so far, time one, not bad. Oh, and you could also scan the QR code for a online readable version, but I don't know why you'd need to, because like this comes in many different languages, and I don't speak this many languages, so yeah, this was more than sufficient. A little too much. Sorry, funny bit is Canadian has a different one, but I get it. It's because French Canadian, so this one is in French. Probably not that funny, but I found it amusing anyways. Alright, so I'm not going to ask you to like this video. Just hope that if it is something that you've been curious about, you did find this video about my experience useful. So yeah, again, I won't ask you to comment down below. Or feel free to like if you want. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. The sun looks like it is trying to come out now, so I am gonna go play with that in my garden for a few hours, and then, oh, and obviously don't forget to clean it well. A few hours in my garden, and then go out with the kids. Okay? Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.